Help us do that. We've got social researcher Mark McCrindle in the studio. Mark, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
We talked yesterday about psychology, and it feels like, you know, that there aren't a lot of opportunities out there. When you look at what's going to come down the pipe in the next few years, what are the booming industries and what would you try and steer kids towards if they were uncertain about where they wanted to get employment?
Well, I think we've got to look at the big trends. So technology is a big trend, creating massive jobs and opportunities, bringing other jobs to an end. Also demographic growth. In 2030, we're going to have more people aged over 60 than aged under 20. So we're an ageing population. That's creating jobs for physios and for those in terms of retirement services. Then we've got, global opportunities. We're more connected than ever before.
So in regards to, with the ageing population, healthcare, that's a big boom over
Massive.
the next
That's
decade
right.
or so?
Exactly. There'll be more money spent on healthcare than there will on education by the Commonwealth Government by the middle of the century. So big changes with the demographics brings new opportunities, new careers, and we're already starting to see that with the retirement villages industry.
So what key jobs would you advise your children to look out for at the moment then? We're in the big industry so they can support us later in life.
Well, if we just have a look at technology, for example, I mean, we've got app developers now in a field that didn't exist just 5 or 6 years ago. We've got sustainability officers in terms of, a green future and the whole carbon focus and beyond that, cybersecurity professionals, So new industries, new careers have emerged. Keep in mind that they're going to have multiple careers. The average school leaver today will have 17 different employers in their lifetime.
How different is that to previous generations?
Well, traditionally people aimed on staying about 10 years per career. That's why we have long service leave at that time. Today, the average Australian stays 3 years and 4 months per job. That's the average tenure. So play it out over a lifetime, and with young people retiring later in life, they're going to have 17 jobs, probably 5 separate careers. They'll be retraining through their life. So, as long as they keep flexible and adaptable, if the career is sort of heading towards a dead end or they're not enjoying it, retrain, upskill and move on to something else.
Now, what are the industries that we shouldn't steer our children towards? As in, we've seen massive changes in the manufacturing industry, especially with the car industry here in Australia.
That's right. I mean, anything that can be automated is going to be automated, is going to be computerised. So if there's something where we're not adding value, that's going to be a dead-end role. I mean, look at the toll collectors. That's disappeared from Australia just in the last couple of years. And so it's about thinking entrepreneurially, it's about thinking skills and adding value and keeping an eye on the future. If something is coming to an end overseas, it's going to come to an end here, or if it's being offshored here to a cheaper job market, that's going to happen.
We talk about what might be coming up in the future, but if we'd had this chat 10 years ago, we wouldn't have hypothesised about app developers or things like that. A lot of what's going to come through technology and through opportunities, we can't even forecast, can we?
No, that's true. You're right. I mean, apps and smartphones and tablets, who would have thought, a decade ago, and social media. So I think what's key is being innovative, being flexible, not thinking career for life anymore, not thinking that one degree or that high school education is enough. It's about being lifelong learners.
When you talk about looking into the future and industries that are going to boom and the sort of areas that your kids will get employment in, what would you advise them about television?
Big future. And a rare talent as well required. But look, I think it is, just being nimble is key. And keep in mind, this is not just for the younger people. All of us are going to be working in 2030. Anyone even approaching 50 is probably going to be working in that year because we're going to be living longer, working later in life. That's just how it is.
I know. Working till we're 70 or something, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, but we're going to be younger than that age would suggest. So, we can still work and fund that retirement.
Fantastic. We look forward to it. We'll chat to you 2030. Okay, you on? You on board?
That sounds good.
All right. Mark McCrindle there. Thanks for your tip.
Okay, wake